Hey everyone, so as you can tell, I'm not sitting in my usual chair. I actually had my bed made for once in my life, so I decided that it'd be fun to film here instead, and I'm going to tell you guys about this area of my room in a second. But first, I want to talk about the do's and don'ts of getting a tattoo and how I heal my tattoos and just some recommendations for anyone out there that has questions about how to heal a tattoo, what to do when you're getting your first tattoo. So the first thing that oh my god, he is just all over me today. The first thing that you do want to do is you do want to take a painkiller after you get tattooed. You absolutely do not want to take a painkiller before you get tattooed, especially not ibuprofen, because ibuprofen is a blood thinner, which means that when you get tattooed, you're gonna bleed a lot more, which means there's a possibility of it affects how the ink stays in your skin. It's just not a good idea. So don't take a painkiller before you get a tattoo thinking it's gonna help. It's not gonna make that much of a difference. Also, do not drink or smoke before you get a tattoo. A lot of tattoo artists won't even tattoo you if they can tell you're under the influence of any kind of drugs or alcohol. It's just against their personal policies, and it just won't make the experience any better for you or your artist. It's important to be considerate to your artist as well as yourself whenever you're getting a tattoo. The second thing you do want to do is you do want to get a good night's sleep before you get tattooed. Make sure you're really well rested, especially if you're going to be sitting for a long time. You just don't want to be exhausted. It's going to make the pain so much worse, and the experience is going to be ruined if you're just super, super tired. The next thing that you do want to do is you do want to eat something before you get a tattoo. Make sure you have at least some meal. I know that I still get really anxious before I have a tattoo appointment, so sometimes it's hard for me to have something to eat, but you just have to make sure you have a little something in your system. I mean, it's just common sense, you know, before you go do something, you want to make sure you have food in your system. Oh my gosh, next thing you do want to do is you do want to tip your tattoo artist. Please give your tattoo artist a good tip, especially if you love their work. Let them know that you love the work. Let them know that you're appreciative of their time and effort. It's a really big deal. If I was a tattoo artist and someone didn't tip me, I'd be pretty pissed and I wouldn't want to take their appointments again. So it's also a good way to ensure that they're going to remember who you are and that you're a good client, because they're going to have to be the ones spending time with you, so they want to make sure that they get along with you and have a good relationship with you. And the next thing you do want to do is make sure you do your research on your tattoo artist. Make sure that whatever tattoo you're getting, really, really research tattoo artists, because you have a specific idea in your head and you want to turn out a certain way. Pay the extra money for a better tattoo artist. You know what I mean? Don't just be smart. If you want something to go the way you want it to go, you have all the power, especially in the tattoo world. So just do your research, and then you'll be happy with your tattoos, and you won't have to do laser, you won't have to get it covered up. You'll just avoid all of that completely. And then now I'm going to talk about how to heal a tattoo properly, and there'll be some do's or don'ts thrown in there too. It's just kind of a do or don't video about tattooing overall. Even though I'm not a tattoo artist, I just like to collect them. So the first thing that you're going to need to do is you're going to need to wash your tattoo at least 2 times a day. I do it when I wake up and before I go to bed with antibacterial soap, and I just use this soft soap, antibacterial, and you just wash it with warm water. The first few days after you get a tattoo, it leaks all this weird shit, and it's sticky and kind of gross, so it just feels good to get that off. And it also just feels really nice to have the water on there, because it's an open wound, so it's really sore, and you just really don't want it to get infected, so you absolutely have to make sure that you're keeping your tattoo clean. Twice a day is the perfect amount to wash it. You don't need to do it more than that unless you feel like it really needs to be washed in the middle of the day. It's not going to hurt it to wash it again, but you shouldn't overwash it. The next thing, I know that some people don't put any products on their tattoos when they're healing and they let them dry heal. Personally, I have a really, really hard time with it being itchy. So here's a do not. What you do not do, no matter how bad it itches and how peely and disgusting it is. I'm a picker. I pick everything. I pick my lips constantly, and I just wear lipstick to make my lips not look like shit, but my lips are so torn up all the time. Do not pick your tattoo. Do not peel the ink off. The ink will peel by itself. You don't have to peel it off. Don't scratch or rub. Do your best just to not touch it. I know it's hard. Sometimes I cheat and I'll go like that, or a little bit with my nails because it's so itchy, but really, really try to resist scratching it. And one of the things that helps my tattoos not be itchy is using Aquaphor. So I do what's called wet healing, I think, which just means that I have Aquaphor on my tattoo constantly until it's done peeling. So it's kind of greasy and it makes it a little inconvenient if you're trying to wear a shirt, like a long sleeve shirt or something. It might get a little bit sticky, but you can wash your clothes. It's not a big deal. And this will help heal your tattoo. It'll help protect it from like outside elements and dirt and stuff, because again, it is an open wound when you get a fresh tattoo and it's uncomfortable. So the Aquaphor is just gonna help protect it, heal it, and it's gonna help stop the itching. So overall, do use Aquaphor, or if your artist recommends you dry heal, make sure you know all the information about that. I mean, it really comes down to doing your research and knowing the steps you need to take and being informed. The next thing that I like to do, especially since I have a lot of color tattoos, is I use this Tattoo Goo Renew Lotion, which revives old colors and keeps new tattoos vibrant. Give your ink some kick. So I just put this on like after I get out of the shower, because sometimes my tattoos feel dry. I mean, it's still skin, like your skin will get dry, and when they're dry, they just kind of the colors don't look as good when it's dry. So I use this lotion, which I think you can find on Amazon. It's really not that expensive. They have like Tattoo Goo, I think is actually the name of the company, and they have like tattoo healing kits, which is so awesome. And they give you like antibacterial wash, and they'll give you a lotion. You can totally use lotion, by the way. I use Aquaphor and any kind of antibacterial lotion. You can use that, any unscented lotion. Like, don't be putting Victoria's Secret lotion on your brand new tattoo. That'll totally fuck it up and it'll probably burn. So any lotion that your tattoo artist approves of, or you find actual, like, I hate saying look on the internet because there's so much that's not true, but if you can find like a tattoo company that recommends a lotion, you can totally use a lotion. You don't have to use Aquaphor. But I like this because my color tattoos tend to get dry and just like not look as colorful. So I like to use this. And then, oh, here's a huge do. Please do wear sunscreen on your tattoos if you're going in the sun. You know how when you see people who, like, you know the tattoo was black when it started, but now it's like blue, gray, green, probably because they didn't wear sunscreen. Sunscreen is going to extend the life of your tattoo by so much because it protects it from the UV rays, which will seriously fade your tattoos. And I mean, as you know, tattoos are expensive and they really, really hurt. So I am not trying to have anything happen to them before it is necessary. Eventually, you might need to get them touched up, but I would really rather not have that happen. I'd like to put it off as long as I can. So I almost never go outside without sunscreen on my tattoos. I just make it part of my morning routine to put sunscreen on all my tattoos because it just is a good idea. It's gonna protect them. If I miss anything about do's or don'ts of getting a tattoo, leave them in the comments below. Send me pictures of your tattoos in the comments. I would love to see other Disney tattoos or just tattoos you're totally in love with and you did your research on and you healed them right and you did everything right because you listened to me. I think that's it. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.